Could it be a conspiracy? Why is it that Reid and Thomas always evaluate on the same day and speak on the same day? Here to trounce his buddy, but more importantly, help Wesley grow. Join me in welcoming Reid Manchester.
For those of you that are new to the club, you haven't been around to see Wesley's growth. Some of us have. You wouldn't know it, but a year and a half ago when he joined, Wesley was not that comfortable. He stood much more in fear. He stood very, very stiffly. That wasn't the case this morning. I think in this speech, he was the most comfortable he'd ever been. He stepped outside the lectern. I don't know that he's ever done that before. It was excellent. You had good volume throughout the entire course of your speech. We could hear you. You had some hand movements, minor hand movements. You had some note cards in your hand to fiddle with, but you had some hand movements. There are opportunities for you in your movements. We can use your hands more. There's body movements, there's walking around, there's pointing at people. There's many other things that you'll be able to add to your speech, and I look forward to seeing those soon. Your enunciation was good, despite that North Florida twang that you had. One of the objectives in the manual is that the timing of the jokes should allow for breathing space so that the person can get the last joke for slow people like Thomas, and then move into the next joke. I think you did a great job there delivering your jokes. Bingo! Case in point. A couple of opportunities for improvement. Wesley, you have a habit of clearing your throat. And in the past, I asked you, is it a medical condition? And you said, yeah, I have allergies. However, you're not clearing your throat now, are you? It is a nervous habit. It is absolutely a nervous habit. And for a year and a half, it's been a crutch that you need to get rid of now. A couple of other little improvements. You said in your speech 3 times, I'm like no, or I'm like this. And that's not proper grammar. You know, you used you know a couple of times. Not a big deal. Grammarian will pull that up, I'm sure. In the end, I think you had a very rapid ending. And the manual actually says, have a rapid ending. Not in those words. But I would have liked to have seen another story to finish it up, to tie everything together. Was this the first and only time that you were pulled over by the police? No! Certainly not! Look at your age! Certainly you were pulled over before. In this speech, he's confronted by a police officer. Wesley is seated in his car, most likely, or handcuffed over the hood. And the police officer is probably standing. I think what would have been valuable here is perhaps if you had a policeman's hat, or you could have borrowed Shannon's hat. That might have been an interesting addition to the story. Do a little bit of role play. Officer, do you know why I pulled you over? Not a clue. I'm a moron. that simple role play would have added something to the speech, I think. Let's speak about the content. All of the things not to do were probably from a top 10 list you found online. Yes or no?
Oh, sure, you have been to that same site.
Never! I am always prepared for my speech! Yes, and that's okay. We spoke before, we exchanged emails before the speech, and Wesley was time pressed, so he had to go to the all-powerful internet god of speech content, which is good. It didn't feel like you had a lack of preparation, despite the fact that you borrowed this material. But I was pleased that there were no jokes involving race relations and the police. That was good. I've had about enough of that on television. In conclusion, Wesley, I think that this was a very well done speech. You do have some opportunities to add the body movement, to do some role play, try some accents other than Southern twang, and you'll entertain us even more than you did this time. That's right.